Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the February edition of the AnCan Art Friends. We are so excited to be back. And Hannah, I'm feeling a little lopsided today. Does that have anything to do with our project by any chance?
Well, Alexa, I feel a little lopsided too. And I just wanted to do a Picasso-inspired project for today. And yes, they all look a little funky, a little lopsided, but that's okay because I'm sure we're all feeling a little bit lopsided in some way. Okay. So if yours looks a little funny, it's supposed to look funny, okay? It could be a reflection of you on the outside, like it would be me, I'm sure, or a reflection of you on the inside, okay? So I hope you guys have fun with it. What we're gonna do today is make a little game out of it, okay? But I guess before I show you the game, let me show you the few examples, okay? So as you can see, very different from one another. And oh, here, I even have a few. I made a bunch of them because they were just, I don't know, I thought they were so easy to make because once you get into the rhythm of it, like it just comes out, it just becomes easier and easier every single time. So as you can see, they're every single one of these pictures is all just a framing of the face. Like the face takes up the entire little picture, little piece of paper, okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be working small with all of these pictures, okay? So if you have time to only create one of them today, that's totally fine. But if not, you might, I don't know, depending on you, you might breeze through it and create an entirely different, create a second or even a third one, maybe. So just have fun with it, okay? And as I was coming up with this project, I actually initially wanted to create a self portrait, but I'm never going to make you guys do anything that I can't do. Okay. And it was really, I don't know, it was different. It was not really something that I could like wrap my head around and be okay with it if it looked like me. Okay. And that's why I decided, okay, we need to do something a little bit different. Let's make a game out of it. Okay. This is where the dice comes into play, or die, because we only need one of them, okay? And I know I say we're gonna use dice, but I forgot to go grab one. It's in the other room. That's okay. If you have a die, then that's great. You are more prepared than I am, okay? And if you don't, that's okay. We're going to make little pieces of paper and just write numbers 1 through 6 on them, okay? That's all we have to do. Just write numbers 1 through 6 on pieces of paper and then throw it in like a jar or something. And then you can just pick a number out of the jar, okay? So
Hannah, let me just
yes.
say I am relieved, considering you're the only one with a BFA, I believe, that the standard is if you can't do it, you're not going to teach us. So I'd just like to give
Yeah,
you a
no.
huge appreciation for that.
Yeah, I would never, okay? Because how am I going to teach you if I can't do it myself? There's no way I could do that. Okay, so what was I doing? I guess before I get into that, let's go ahead and go over the supplies that you'll need. I want you to take note of the crazy colors. All right, there's not a single like actual like skin color in here. I don't think, at least. They're all crazy colors, so I really want you guys to have fun with it. And I decided to do two different versions, okay? Originally, I thought we would do this picture all in oil pastel, and that's what you see here. These two are all, actually, these three. These are all oil pastel, which you are welcome to use because I feel like oil pastel has kind of like a buttery consistency. It's like a crayon, but you can blend them very well. And you can also cover the entire page with the oil pastel relatively easily. So just with the blending, the amount of blending you can do, and the ease with which you can cover the entire small piece of paper. That's one reason why I wanted to use the oil pastels. But if you do not have oil pastels, that's okay too, because I decided to make a different version. It's really the same. It's mostly the same, except I use crayon first, because you can substitute oil pastel with crayon, but then in order to get the little tiny spots that the crayon can't reach, that's where the watercolor comes in, okay? So if you want to just have fun with it and do these two mediums, the crayon plus the watercolor, or even just oil pastel plus watercolor, that's great too. Um, because those two oil pastels and crayons, they are interchangeable, okay? So if you want to add on the watercolors, you certainly can do that too. I chose to use watercolors because, again, it covers up the entire piece of paper very easily, very quickly. And you can use, honestly, if you wanted to use one or two colors of watercolor, you could do that too. So this one right here, this is watercolor plus crayon. These other two are as well. And so is this one. And again, crazy colors. All right. So I will be doing both versions with you guys today, okay? So I'm going to be using my regular, what do I call it? The regular mixed media papers, except I'm going to actually cut it into 4 squares, okay? Because again, I want to work small with this piece of paper. So let's go ahead and do that. I forgot to mention that if you are using watercolors, you're going to want a brush. And I would just use like something, I don't know, square, something flat. You really only need one brush that will allow you to paint the whole paper. That's all. So just a brush, a flat brush, if you're using watercolor. Okay, so I like to just kind of fold my piece of paper. This is how I do it without scissors, but if you have scissors, you're more than welcome to use scissors too. But if you don't have scissors, I just like to fold it in half like that. Make sure the edges are smooth. And let me see, I'm going to grab something else, something that'll allow me to flattening that edge.
What did you say your size is about?
The size, it's tiny. So I'm taking my 9 by 12 and then making them into 4 pieces. I would say this is probably, I don't know, 6 inches by maybe 4 inches, 6 inches by 4 inches. I don't know if that's helpful for you, Karen. Six
Maybe.
inch, maybe.
I asked the question, so I must have had a reason.
Okay, good. Yeah, 6 inches by 4 inches, just something around that size. Okay, so I've got that. Let me go ahead and tear it.
It's a little scary, the math, 6 by 4.
Oh, yeah, the math. I used to hate like, I don't know, measuring out my pieces of paper. Because in school, I was in, oh, what is it called? I took printmaking classes. And so you'd have to get the registration perfectly right if your print is going to come out right at all. And I hated it, but it taught me a lot. So now I'll take this and I'll flatten these edges, really squish it down. That way it's easier to tear it apart. There we go. Got these nice edges here. Now, if I need this, I'll tear this later, but I can just stick with the 2 pieces of paper for now, and we'll see, just see how that goes. I want to get something underneath it. That way you guys don't see the glare. So these are my little pieces of paper. And I forgot to mention, but we're also going to need a Sharpie or at least some sort of thick marker that's permanent. Like a thick permanent marker, that's what we want. If you have a pen, that's fine too, as long as it's not a pen that will bleed if you put water on it. So that's why I always have Sharpies on hand, just in case I need them. Let's see, I went over the watercolor, I went over the crayons and the oil pastels, the Sharpie. That's it. Yeah, other than the dye. If you are like me, okay, and you don't have a die nearby, then go ahead and prepare your pieces of paper. So let me get a little piece of paper. Where's my memo pad? And all I'm going to do is just tear a few pieces of paper, or six of them. Tear six pieces, and then I'll number them. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And these I will place in that little glass jar. But if you have a die, then that's even more fun than the pieces of paper. There it is. Number 6. So I will just kind of crumple it up a little bit. Do you guys have questions for me while we're preparing? All right, no questions. Okay. Now, I guess I'll explain the game part, okay? So as you can see, these different body parts are labeled from 1 through 6, okay? So you're gonna take your die or your piece of paper, whatever you choose, and we'll start with the left eye, then we'll move on to the right eye, and I will show you guys how to create probably the more difficult ones, maybe this one and this one. I was hoping that you would be able to recreate them easily enough, but please just let me know if you want a demonstration of any of these body parts, okay? And I'm happy to recreate them for you, okay? But what you'll do is you'll roll your die, and whatever number it lands on, that's the body part that you do. Okay, that's the body part you get. So we'll start with the left eye. You'll roll your die, and then whatever number it turns out to, that's what you'll do. And then same thing with the right eye. Then after that, we will move on to the lips and nose. So do the exact same thing. Okay, so you'll roll your die, whatever number you get, that's the nose or the lips that you're gonna do. Okay, I made another one right here, but I don't know. We may not use this one. I'll probably just show you how to do that one. So it's really just these two charts right here. Okay, so here's a little demonstration. I'll take this one for example. No matter what I did, okay, I always started with the left, went to the right, and then I did the nose, and then I made the lips, and then that's when I just decided to make the eyebrows. And we're not rolling for the eyebrows just because they're just eyebrows, okay? They can be thick, they can be thin, they can really be whatever you want. I decided to make these thicker, so they're not a big deal, really. So we're not going to roll for the eyebrows. Um, and no matter what, in all of these pictures, the nose is always connected to one of the eyebrows, okay? So whichever eyebrow it's closest to or pointing towards, it's always connected to an eyebrow. So that's really the only thing, even this one right here. I decided to actually shape these eyebrows, but that's really the only one that's different. So the nose is always going to connect to the eyebrow, and you can do that at any time, okay? After you draw that, you can do it any time. As for the chin and the actual face, honestly, like when I was doing this, like for myself, I couldn't really get my chin. Like when I was trying to actually create myself, my own portrait, I couldn't get my chin, like no matter how hard I tried. So because this is not you, it is okay if you don't, if you have a big chin, a square chin, a triangle chin, whatever. Okay. I don't want you guys to stress over it. Now, y'all ready? Ready to play?
Yep.
Okay. Now we're not going to draw anything with a pencil, an eraser. We're just going to go straight into it with the marker. Okay. So I have my handy dandy pieces of paper. See what I get. We're going to start with the left eye. All of you guys with the die, go ahead and roll your die now. I got number 3. Oh, good. I have not had a chance to actually incorporate this eye or draw this eye yet. So I have a 3. So now I'm just going to crumple this back up and put it right back in my little cup here. So I got this eye. So here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and make the eye. So this one right here, it's the left eye. So it's going to be somewhere around this vicinity. Going to be almond shape. Just like that. She's got a little dark circle under her eye. That sounds like me, honestly. I always have the dark circle under my eye. She's got the dark circle, so I'm thickening it up because that's what I got, okay? And then she's got a few little eyelashes. I don't know which way she's gonna look right now, so I'm gonna leave this part out for the moment, okay? I'll decide that later. I'll decide which direction she's looking at later on. Who else got a funky one? Who got a weird one that you need help with? Oh, Jane, I see yours. You already did too. Look at you. Yes, go ahead and roll for the right eye if you want to. I told you guys, some of you guys are going to go real fast with this. So my
we drew, like I rolled the 5, so I draw the number 5 eye.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
Number 5 eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the right eye. I drew a number 1, so I get this one right here. So I get this one. Honestly, she's looking a lot like me because I think I have pretty heavy eyelids. I've decided I want her to look straight at me, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw her pupils. See, she looks tired. She's got the heavy eyelids. That's me.
Oh, one more question. You're drawing with the Sharpie, right?
You got it.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. You're totally fine.
Why a Sharpie?
Just because I feel like if you were to use an eraser, my tendency and what I've seen other people do is I have a tendency to want to erase and get it perfect. But if you do a Sharpie, you kind of have to just do it. That makes sense. There's no erasing. Yeah, I see some of you guys nodding your heads. So that's why I don't always reach for a pencil because I don't want to be absorbed in trying to get it right. Okay, so I want to show you guys the next one. So the nose and the lips. Let's go ahead and do the first column right here. We'll do the nose, okay? This is going to be interesting. I think the only one I have not actually used in any of those pictures over there is number 6. So I kind of hope I get that one.
I got 6.
Oh, you did? Oh, good. Oh, I got 3 again. I might need a bigger cup. So I got a 3 again. So I got this one right here. Okay. Now for the nose, let's see, it's pointed that way. So right in the center. And then it's pointy. And then it's also she's got some big nostrils. I can't wait to see what she turns out to look like. Okay.
Is that a curly Q in number 4?
No, this one, number 4, it's a dot. So it's a dot. So there's a nose that goes down, and then there's the underside, and then it actually moves into like this part right here. Like this part of my face. So that's what this bottom line is. It's this part of my face.
Okay, so it goes down and then over, and then is that a loop to go straight down? the last line, is that a loop to go straight down?
The last line, on the fourth, I don't think I see a loop. I just see a dot for the nostril.
Oh, just a dot. Okay.
Yeah, here, let me draw it. So the nose, like that. And then here's a dot for the nostril.
Oh, it's not even connected. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so actually I should have just pointed out that's the space in between the nose and the lips. That's what this line is. There's a name for that.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a space between the nose and the lips. Frenulum? Is it called a frenulum?
Oh, you lost me there.
I
Yes,
don't know
Can, it
why.
is. Great
It
job.
is? Oh, it just popped into my head.
Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding, ding.
I must have learned that somewhere. Okay, so what's the magic number now? I'm gonna move on to the lips. Okay, this one looks different. Oh, it's number 1. I get to do these right here. She looks like she has like a little nose or a lip ring. So when it comes to the lips, no matter what, no matter which one you get, I always like to draw the middle first. So this line first, and she can be smiling, like it can be smiling, or it can just be straight across. That's completely up to you. So I'll just be smiling like that. So again, no matter what, I always start with the middle part. And then typically I like to do the top portion next. So for me, I've got this part and then that. And then I have one line like that. And then she's got a little lip ring. I don't think that's what it was on the painting. I went through like a whole bunch of Picasso's paintings and tried to take a look at like what the easiest, most identifiable body parts were because they weren't always really identifiable as what it's supposed to be. But I guess that's the beauty of cubism. Okay. So I accidentally gave myself a little bit more forehead than I intended. It's okay.
Did the opposite.
You did the opposite, so you got more chin, huh?
And my lips are at the bottom of the page.
That's funny. It's okay. With this one right here, yeah, apparently I had to squeeze in the chin.
I
Squeeze
don't
it
think I
in.
have room for a chin.
Now it's
Maybe
up
next
to
time.
maybe next time, yeah. If so, speaking of chin and like face shapes, I guess. If you want to create the chin separate from the actual like jawline, you can. So I have a few here. So this one is literally just a little like curly Q that comes off from the lips. You're welcome to roll for it if you want to. That's why I created this one. But you don't have to do that, okay? You don't have to roll for it if you don't want. So I want you guys to see. So right here it says partial. I know my handwriting is pretty terrible, but I was thinking of this lady right here, like just a partial chin, you know. So that's what I meant right here. But
I
and then
noticed you
there's,
did put a double chin in there.
you know what? Okay. And then this one, it just this part right here, the jawline just kind of connects to the chin. I know I have a better example of that somewhere. Here it is. So it's like the jawline comes down and then it wraps into the chin, and then you can just
Mm-hmm.
create the other one there.
Anna, do we do the shape of the face before we do the chin?
It really depends on you. It really doesn't matter. Whichever you think is easiest. I'm gonna go ahead and do the chin first, simply because I know what kind of chin I want to do. I want to do this one right here. So if you want to do something like that, then go ahead and do the chin first. See, like that. and then have it lead up. Now for the hair, I don't know. I felt like I struggled with the hair. It's okay. So if you have bangs, I feel like it's probably really easy for you depending on your bangs because on a messy day like today, for me, my bangs are kind of like this. They're kind of choppy. They look kind of like icicles kind of hanging down. But if you have other bangs, they can always go across like this. If you don't have bangs, then that's okay too. I don't know how to draw no bangs actually now I think about it. Oh, here we go. I didn't know what to do here. So all I did was make a whole bunch of lines moving upward and then just completed the lines down here.
It looks like a head wrap.
Oh, that makes more sense. And then this one just kind of looks like a beanie to me, like he's just wearing like a beanie.
Yeah.
So I can go ahead and put these examples up. That way you guys can see them. Because again, I struggled the most with the hair. The bottom portion was actually the easiest because I literally just scribbled whatever color I wanted.
You have white out, Bob? You have white out?
So I think for me, I'll go ahead and do this pink hair right here, pink and brown hair, because that's kind of what my hair is today. And I know she's not supposed to be me, but that's okay. There we go. We might actually be able to do two of them. It's exciting. Now start thinking about if you're gonna do purely oil pastel or if you're gonna add the watercolors in there. Either way, they will look gorgeous. I started whenever I added the color, I started in the middle, like the eye area. Each eye area or each side of the face has like one or two colors inside of it. So this one, for example, all of it's blue on the right side. This one, for example, half of
Ooh,
it's
Jane.
purple, half of it's orange. So just pick a side and then pick a color to go with that side. So this is no matter if you're using crayon or oil pastels. With the oil pastels, at least, you're able to blend some of the colors together. So this one, I just felt like being a little more fancy with it. So with this one, I decided to give her some eyeshadow. So she's got some pink eyeshadow on both sides. So again, that's going further. So you don't have to if you don't want to. Ooh, you know, I forgot to create the eyebrows with you guys. Let's make some eyebrows first. I put my Sharpie. There it is. Sorry, guys, I forgot to make the eyebrows. And I already have the hair there, the bangs, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go right on top of them, okay? So I can start out with my eyebrows and then connect them. And just because this line is facing this direction, I'm only going to connect the right eyebrow with the nose. And again, the eyebrows can be thin, they can be thick, they can be shaped, whatever you want to do. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm very quickly, while you guys are finishing up the drawing of the face, I'm going to actually create a whole nother one just really quickly, just because I want to show you guys both of the techniques, okay? I'll use one of them to show you the oil pastel, and I'll use the other one to show you the crayon plus watercolor. Okay, so I'll just quickly make a little something. Okay. All right then. All right, let's start out with the oil pastels. So I'll move back to this one. So oil pastels, where did I put them? Here they are. All right, you definitely don't need this many colors, okay? Pretty sure I got this one on sale, so that's why I have, what, 48 colors? So what colors do I want to use today? I'm feeling like this kind of purple. I'm feeling like that. I think I like that green, like that one. I like this pink. Maybe that one. I'm just throwing some colors that stand out to me today. Okay. So if you're using oil pastels, this is where you can blend them if you wanted to. So let's say, now remember how I mentioned to choose a color for one side of the page, for one side of the face, and then choose another one for the other side of the face. This one's probably the easiest example. If you have other colors that you're wanting to use, feel free to throw those in as well. If you want to give her some eyeshadow, you can definitely do that too. I am going to kind of close this off, the bottom lid.
Faces girly faces?
Hmm?
Are all your faces girly faces?
Yeah, why not? Like this, yeah, I think they're both girls. So you can stop at any time here and then add your other color. Literally just going below it and then overlapping it a bit. That way it blends. See that? Don't worry too much about blending it all perfectly. It can be choppy. The important part is to get your essence in there. So that's your brush strokes, your mark making. And then it's literally just about overlapping. So with this one, so now I'm moving on to the left side of the page. And I can kind of think of my nose as that border between the two sides of the face. See how I can overlap there? And it kind of creates a different kind of green. Now, you guys don't have to color as fast as I'm coloring. I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of how to do that. You guys take your time, okay? You can add really as many colors as you can think of. So you can think of them as patches if you want to think of them as patches. I just decided to throw this pink in there on this side as well. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside. Okay, you guys keep going if you're using oil pastel. If you're using crayon plus watercolor, here's what you can do. The color choices are the same. All right, so I'll just choose whichever colors really just kind of stand out. With the crayon, it's very similar to the oil pastels, except it's not quite as like buttery smooth. Like you won't be able to blend it quite as well. But what's nice about the crayons is that whenever we put the watercolors on top of it, the watercolors will be able to seep right through, right in between your mark making. Which is why I'm actually intentionally gonna make some like have some spaces in between my lines here because I want to be able to see that watercolor. And I'm kind of using the nose as a border. And down here, I'm capable of using the chin as a border as well.
I got confused now about the hair.
Oops.
Did you have any, did you show us how to do the hair or you just came up with something?
Yeah, I just came up with something because the hair was the most difficult part for me. So I just sort of took a look at myself and the way my own bangs look right now. And it's kind of choppy at this moment. So that's why I decided to make them more choppy. Here it is. So they're more choppy, more like kind of like icicles. But if you have bangs that just kind of goes all the way across, you can do that as well. This guy right here kind of looks like he's wearing a beanie. So he's got a little beanie there. And this one, I don't know what I was thinking with this one. So this one, I think somebody said that it's kind of like she's wearing a head wrap.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these pastels. I had no idea that they blend.
There's
I'm like
yeah,
amazed. I'm just amazed at how it blends. It's really cool.
they're so nice, aren't they? Yeah, I love oil pastels.
You think I should do layers?
Ooh, yeah, yeah, actually, because if you were to do layers, you could do this sort of crayony look, and then on the other layer, do like that watercolor effect.
You mean in the same one?
In the second layer. So the first layer, do the crayon, and then the second layer, you can do the watercolor effect. Oh, I have to show you, Karen. I have to show you the drawings that I've been doing. I put it out there on Facebook because I was wanting to make a little extra money, so I put it out there on not Facebook, on Instagram, that I would do pet portraits, and so it's actually very similar to this digital pet portraits. So I can show you what I've been doing.
I'll ask you to draw their cats.
Yeah, yeah. So I have like a little app that I use that people can purchase artwork online. And so they just purchase the digital custom, the digital artwork, and then I asked them to send me like like a message with their picture, and so I've been doing quite a few. Here it is. Just happen to have my tablet nearby.
And I'm doing another one.
Oh yay, your second
And
one, yeah.
I keep rolling a 5, and I rolled a 5 for my first picture for the first eye, and it's like every roll is a 5, 5, 5. It's like,
Oh, and you're actually like using a die, and you're
yeah,
not. Wow, that's funny.
and it keeps coming up 5, but I don't want to do the 5 for the first eye because I already did.
I think that's your lucky number for today. Okay, Karen. I always think of you every time I get this tablet out and I do some artwork on it. I'm just waiting for the program to load. Here we go. Here's one of them. Oh no, we can't see it very well.
Cool.
Yeah,
What
it's
an
fun.
adorable kitty.
It's really fun. I love doing these things. My little cat, this is Kiki. Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of the glare. It's Kiki. So this is the kind of effect that I'm thinking of, Karen, because there's like a crayon. Oh, Kim, how much? Oh, I just charged $20.
Did you do that with layers?
Yeah, yeah.
But should I do my I have my whatever. I mean, I have that, but I'm afraid I'm gonna mess up the colors. Like I should just do the colors with the layers on another layer.
Okay, like all the colors on this layer. Yeah, I think that works too. Yeah, I think you could definitely do that too.
I'm surprised I got this far.
I'm glad you guys are doing really well with it.
I thought I was gonna need the lasso tool, which I haven't figured out how to use.
I think she's gonna have green hair. Okay, so I just need one more color for the background. Oh, and the lips too. I need to color the lips.
Hey, Hannah, party
Uh-huh.
mom. Can I see the number selections for the eyes and the nose?
Yes, I meant to put this up so that you guys can see it. Go, feel free to like take a screenshot of that too.
I actually took a picture of it with my phone.
Good, yeah. Just kind of take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever helps you to remember it. Actually, I can probably squeeze it in over here. In a moment, I will bring out my watercolors and I'll show you what to do with the watercolors.
Now, is that gonna be separate, the watercolors? I'm confused. Or is
Well,
it gonna be on the same thing? You're gonna do the crayons and then add the watercolor?
yeah, so I did the crayons with this one, and then I'll add watercolor right on top. You know I like to make things complicated, right? I'm gonna do some lips here. There we go. Okay. So I'll go ahead and set this aside. So I'll set that here just in case. Hopefully it doesn't move. So this is the one where I have crayons and watercolor. So I'm just gonna take my watercolor and I really just need like one one brush. Something that will give me some coverage pretty quickly with this paper. So I'll get my water, some water here. Go ahead and wet some of these areas. Now, again, this is really like your color choices really just depend on what you want, really. Well, a little bit of what you want, but also you want it to be different enough that you'll see a difference between the crayon and the watercolor. So this blue right here, I know it's very different from this brown. So why don't I just go right on top of it?
First day I'm enjoying pastels. Every time we do pastels, I never enjoy it, you know. But
This time you are.
it's just my
Good.
kryptonite.
Good. Well, that makes me happy. I'm glad you're really liking it. So I decided to put the blue over top the brown, but honestly, I could even put the blue on top of the orange too. They're both
You know,
very
maybe you
different.
should put that in the survey after class. Maybe it'll
Mhm.
punch it up to Hannah that you really like the pastels.
All right. At least for this project, right? I actually
I mean,
didn't.
doesn't it ask like are there certain mediums that you like and stuff like
Hmm.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, normally. I didn't make one for this class though, because
Oh, I
yeah,
see. Okay. Okay.
I've been sick off and on, so I've completely forgot about it.
Oh, that's okay. I know I caught a cold in like November. It took me like 3 months to get over it. It was awful.
Oh, 3 months. Ooh, jeez. Yeah, I hope I don't take that long to get over this.
I hope so too.
So I'm choosing colors that I know will stand out against the crayon color, just so y'all know. Maybe I'll do this dark purple for the lips.
But you don't do those watercolors with the pastels.
You can. I didn't want to confuse you guys more, but you actually can because the crayons and the oil pastels, both of them, they resist the water. So yeah, they're interchangeable. So you totally can if you want to.
Okay.
I just didn't mention it because I'm already throwing a lot at you guys, so don't want to confuse y'all even further.
I'm easily confused. It's okay.
Yeah, see, I know that I like having choices, but sometimes it's a bit much.
Right.
Is it a trick to, uh, like you can sharpen a pencil, but these pastels are like flat.
Yeah,
Oh,
the pastels.
you know what I
The
mean?
yeah, the only thing I can think of is just kind of like peel the paper off.
Yeah.
Where am I? Just peel the paper off and just kind of see if you can use that sharper edge. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, otherwise I haven't really figured out a good way to sharpen them. Okay, so I need to finish my oil pastel version. The watercolor and crayon version, it's very quick. Like I literally just had to scribble that crayon on and then just slap some watercolor on. And voila, I'm done.
mm.
And that's why I have so many different examples for you because it was pretty quick. I am happy to create another one with you guys if you want to, if you haven't already created like 3 or 4 by now. Something I forgot to mention, but I also, whenever I was doing the oil pastel versions, so these guys here, I also didn't want to lose my Sharpie lines because sometimes the oil pastels can cover up those Sharpie lines. So if you wanted
Hmm.
to, you could kind of choose a dark color, whether that be blue or black or something else. Just choose another dark color and go on top of those lines. Right here, I have some purple. So I went over it with purple. And then, of course, the black. So you can always do that. Just choose something that's dark and bring out those lines. And actually, it'll make it fit in. It'll make those lines fit in a little bit better, simply because it's more oil pastels that you're adding to it. Ooh, she's gonna have some dark blue hair. Ooh, something I meant to ask you guys. I already told you guys what I've been doing creatively, but what have you guys been doing um, to stay creative or just have fun? What are you guys doing? Oh, Andrea, yes. What are you doing?
Pottery class has started.
Oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Oh, I love pottery class. What kind of pottery are you doing?
Well, right now we're just learning, and like two or three classes have already been canceled because of snow, because
Oh no.
we don't know what to do with snow here. And so we just shut down.
Same thing with San
Um,
Antonio. Yeah.
yeah. So like the only negative thing I can say is that clay is heavy, and
Yeah. Yeah, it
it's a
is.
more physical art than I realized going
Mm-hmm.
into it. But I also feel like that's good for me. Like, I need
Yeah.
a little bit of a struggle, and it's only going to make me stronger. Um, but so, we did coils one day. We did like the first day we just flattened it out and used like cookie cutters, and then took
Okay.
those shapes and put them over, like a bowl or a plate or something, and we were really just learning this, what is it, the score and slip.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
And for those of you, score and slip, when you have pottery, you sort of score the sides of the pottery and put a little water on there. So you've got the
Mm-hmm.
scoring and the water is the slip. And then you just kind of mush them together. And that takes two pieces of pottery and turns them, like makes them, after firing and stuff, they kind of
Stick
merge
together.
together.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
you get them to stick together. It's kind of like the slip. Like you mix a little water with like a little bit of clay, and it's kind of like it makes it become glue. It's like you make glue
Hmm.
with clay with the clay. So that's so fun. So you're doing a hand building class then, right?
Yeah, we'll get into the wheel in class numbers, I think number 7. So
Okay.
she wants to get us, familiar with working with clay. And she said, she's like, because I don't want you to get discouraged too early.
Yeah,
Because
honestly, that's good.
she said the wheel can be, you know, sort of, yeah, it takes some time. She's like, once you get it, you get it.
Yeah,
Um, but it can take some time. So I'm looking
yeah.
forward to that.
I think that's
Uh,
smart because at least when you're doing like hand building, like what you're doing now, you still get to
mhm.
know the clay pretty well.
Right,
So, once you get into the pottery wheel, it's not quite as intimidating, although it is
right,
just it is still difficult though. Um,
right.
yeah,
And I've
I
watched some YouTube videos, and most of them make it look super easy because they've been doing it for decades. But
yeah.
then, like one, I like one lady was talking to the beginner, and like, just centering the clay can be your hardest thing
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Like so yeah, I'm learning a lot, and the tuition for the class includes 50 pounds of clay.
Oh, that's
So we
great.
got 25 pounds of brown clay and 25 pounds of white clay. And so yeah, 25 pounds is a lot to lift.
Yeah. Do you know what is it? What firing temperature are you mid-range or are you high temperature?
I don't know. We haven't gotten into firing
Oh,
anything
okay.
yet. So,
Gotcha.
um,
I'm
I
so
suppose
excited.
that's a lesson for the future.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. See, that's what I love about ceramics is that there's so many different facets to it. There's the
Mm.
creation part of it, so there's a lot you got to learn about like creating it and putting things together, but then there's the firing portion, and then there's the glazing portion, and all of them have their own little like nuances that you kind of have to think about.
We got snowed out today, so I guess
Okay.
next week we're gonna do impressions.
Okay, impressions, yes. I gotcha. Oh, I'm so
So I'm
excited for
gathering
you.
up snails and maybe some leaves, and I've got some beach grass growing in my backyard that I think I'm
Oh,
gonna take.
I'll
So
send I'll send you some pictures of some things that I've made in
awesome.
in class. One of those things was like soap dishes that I actually use pretty often.
Right.
Um, I literally just took like a CD, just a CD that I wasn't using it, and I cut out like a slab. I cut out like a thin slab, like a quarter inch or something, and do on top of it. Somehow I made texture on top of it. So
Mhm.
and then I fired it, of course, glazed it with like a really pretty like greenish kind of glaze, and now I use those as
Yeah.
my soap dishes now in both my bathrooms. So
Yeah.
it's just so practical. Marcy, did you wanna show something? I thought I'd seen your hand earlier.
Oh, I'll show you, but I was gonna do another one.
Yeah.
Let
Oh,
me,
good. I want to see what other people are doing.
Yeah. Oh,
wait,
your
let me,
hair is so pretty.
let me, um, I have to take away the background.
Oh,
We can see it okay.
yeah, at least we can see it.
Yeah, we can see it right there.
Okay. Ooh.
That's awesome.
I know that blending is
Oh, I
so
like the
nice.
hair. The hair is cool.
This
I
one,
know the
okay.
hair. Oh man, I
Oh,
love
look at the
it.
curly hair.
Her hair
Oh,
is
I love
so
it.
cute.
So ugly.
Adorable.
So I was thinking of doing one in chalk. Like I did this in the oils.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
think of doing one in the chalk.
Wow, I'm excited to see how that one turns out. We have not used chalk pastels in this class. If it's something y'all are let me know. Because I know I typically gravitate towards the same kinds of um what is it, mediums, but that's just because I don't want you guys to like go out and have to and feel like you have to buy the whole store of art supplies because that can get expensive. So that's typically why I don't really like branch out too often.
Yeah, if
Oh,
there's a medium that you guys would like to try, please let us know. And as
yeah.
always, Hannah can make it adaptable to mediums that you do have
Hmm.
as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I got a
Hannah,
gift card, so I used the gift card to get those.
Oh, good. Okay, good. That definitely helps.
Hannah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you could see it. I've been doing mussel shells. I made a
Ooh,
little tree out of mussel shells.
what?
Oh,
Oh,
How how
wow.
did you come up with that
Well, no, it
idea?
wasn't my original. It was on Facebook.
Oh, it's so cool.
So
So,
That is awesome.
we eat a lot of mussels. So I said I could do that. Have a mussel
Yeah.
that's
shell.
amazing.
So
Um,
it was so
that's
easy. It was
that's
just a
so
little,
funny.
yeah, a little cardboard cone, and you just a hot glue gun, and
And
Wow.
don't.
voila.
The
I
worst
like
part
it.
is cleaning the mussels. You know, you have to get that little piece of meat off that sticks on there, and you got to
Yep,
Clorox them and soak them in
yep.
Clorox, get the smell out. But it was kind of fun.
That is so cool. So you mentioned you did cardboard in the center?
Yeah, on Amazon they have these like cardboard
Oh,
cones, and
okay.
I think you get like 4 or 5 of them,
That's
and you
so
have to
cute.
have. I had a little bowl for the bottom, but
Oh, okay.
they used masking tape because you have to have something to keep the bottom shells above the floor.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So I guess you could find anything that you can hang them off of, you know?
Okay. I love that. That's such a cute idea.
I do
Yeah.
too.
And it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, and you already eat mussels all the time, so why not?
I know. I was loaded with mussels.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Who else? Who else wants to show off? I'd love to see y'all's work. I always love like this is like one of my favorite parts of class is getting to see what you guys are being creative with and what you guys do. Ooh, I see Dia's holding her hand. Yeah.
In like school, I do art class, digital, we do digital art.
Yeah. That's so cute. Can I see what you're doing right now?
The iPads are like to do digital are supplied by the school. Also, they
Okay.
kept in the school. But we right now we're like drawing the solar system.
Oh, cool. How's that going? The solar system? That is awesome.
Do you want to show one of your drawings now?
It's okay if it's not finished and you don't want to see it. If you don't want to, oh, there we go. What are you
Ooh, look at
using?
that.
That's so nicely blended.
We're using a soft pastel.
I love the hair coming
Okay.
off the side.
Yeah, that's really creative. And I love her lips too. Her lips are super pretty. Oh, thank you for showing us. Oh, that's so
I
cute.
think Jane had something to show too.
Yeah, Jane.
Oh, Elizabeth's showing some more.
Ooh. Oh, yay, Jane. Wow, you made like they kind of look like they're bigger pieces of paper for a second there.
Well, they're like around 4 by 6. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
they're around the same size then. The color choices are really nice though.
It's amazing how just doing those doing the dice, really you can how you can
Right.
I couldn't draw these if you asked me to, but they look real, real
They're
Picassos anyway.
real Picassos, exactly. I love that. They're so cute. Yeah, I love what you guys are coming up with. Ooh, Andrea, I see you, Andrea. There we go. Oh, that's so nice too.
Nice.
What? Hold on. Is that chalk pastel?
I didn't realize.
It look
No,
no.
I used the pastel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put it in front of your face. Put it in
it's
front of
so
your face. There you go. Now I can see it. Cool. Like it.
it's so smooth. Like the blending is just so smooth that I thought it was a chalk pastel for a second there.
Oh, and I was using these
Oh yeah.
blender things that we got for one of your really, really early classes. I don't know how
That's
many years
right.
ago that are still, in my paintbrush packet
There.
or
See that
box.
that yeah, that probably explains it then. It's the blenders. It looks nice.
Thank
Like that
you.
whole like nose, lip, chin area is so nicely blended.
Mhm. This part I like.
Uh-huh. I love it. Thank you, Andrea. And
Yep.
Elizabeth, I did see that you showed like one or two projects, right? Oh, there you are. Oh,
Ooh.
it's you. You're so pretty. I love it.
He's got some flex because that's the numbness and tingling in my face.
Oh yeah, so that's all the
Let's see it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
And this guy's just
I love I love her chin.
Existing.
he's existing.
Uh-huh. She's just existing.
I like the pizza eyes.
That's how I feel in the morning. I love it. But I also love the blending too. Your blending is so nice.
Just using my fingers.
Your fingers, there you go.
I'm using my fingers, but I lost them off.
See, yeah, I should have mentioned that it's probably helpful to have like a baby wipe or something close by. You can kind of wipe your hands off.
Wash your hands in
I
this.
love it, guys. You know what? I'm gonna make one more. Let's see how fast I can make another one. I want to
Do you
hear
want me to
it.
time you?
Yeah, time me. Let's see.
Okay,
Hold
tell me
on.
when to start the timer.
Okay, let me cut this paper out real quick first, and then we can do the timer. Fold it in half and tear it. All right, start the timer. Okay. What am
And
I
if you'd
gonna
like to take
get?
bets on how long this is going to take, feel
Oh
free. But
God.
I've got the timer
Oh
going.
God. Pressure. There's the pressure. So I got number 6. This is the crazy eye. The extra crazy eye. Oh, that's right. The eyelashes go behind. And with this project, I actually looked at different Picasso paintings. So these came straight from the Picasso paintings, simplified, of course.
Hannah, can I share a Picasso story real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I remembered the day before I got my biopsy. My biopsy was on a Monday, and I had to go down to Houston. And me and my mom drove down the day before because they had me. They schedule those things. It's so unfair how early they schedule them. And
Gosh,
so
yeah.
me and my mom went down the day before, and I don't know if you've ever heard the Menil collection in Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
so
been
it's an
there.
art museum in Houston, and they had a collection there on Picasso's failures.
Oh, his failures. Okay, that's
Yes,
fun.
so it was a whole art exhibit on people's failures, the stuff that you don't see. Um, so you got to see Picasso write these little notes on his painting going, I didn't like that, and scribble and erase. And it was one of the most encouraging art exhibits I've ever gone to. And it explained so this artist didn't like this artist didn't like that, and this is considered one of their failures. And I'm sitting here going I don't really
Wow.
consider this a failure, but they did. And then some of them, they weren't good. And these were well-known artists. And so I always left that feeling so encouraged that even some of the best artists had things they didn't like, they had failures. And that was one of my most favorite exhibits I've ever gone to.
Well,
I
you give me inspiration, Alexa, because I have so many that I just threw 2 away. I just ripped up 2 and threw them
wow.
away.
Oh man.
No, I'm telling you, after I saw that, that gave me a new perspective because we only see the artist's success. Like that's
Yeah.
all we see. And so the fact, I think they called the exhibit like work in progress or something. And it
Yeah.
was just awesome. I know that they traveled that exhibit and this was like 7 years ago. But that was so incredible, especially, since I was going to be diagnosed with cancer from that biopsy.
Yeah.
That that really encouraged me a whole lot. And I'm really glad that I did that. So I absolutely wanted to share with all of this that even Pablo Picasso had
Mhm.
images he didn't like, he considered them failures, and he even had these little scribble notes like, change this, I don't like this, I don't like that. So definitely don't be so hard on yourself and
Yeah, I feel
love
good.
what you do.
I feel like I'm not the only one now. I feel
Exactly. Yes, that's why I loved that exhibit so much.
there's a lot I think are a failure.
You know what you should do, Marcy? This is something that I've been thinking about doing is since I have so many art pieces of artwork, and honestly I even have a bunch of sketchbooks of I guess projects that really never made the cut too. Plenty of those. And I was thinking about cutting those up and creating little bugs, like just cutting them up and then just putting little pieces of them together and having tiny little bugs, or not tiny bugs, but good, decent sized bugs. And then displaying those bugs around like my room, maybe. So I can make moths, I can make beetles, and they would be created from something that I really wasn't going to do anything with, that they were just gonna either get thrown away or like stay in my sketchbook forever.
Right.
So maybe that's something to think about, Marcy.
Instead of I throw everything away. Like sometimes we're doing a class with you,
Uh-huh.
and I've done like 3 or 4, and I throw them out. You know, when I start
No,
over,
don't throw them away.
We only like what
I
you
rip them
do.
up and throw them out.
Yeah, we love what you do. I love seeing what y'all create. Okay.
Or some of my stuff people just wouldn't understand if they don't know the era.
Well, honestly, there's a lot of value in that. There really is. Even Pablo Picasso had something called a blue era. So
Yep.
it was his paintings that he used blacks and blues and whites all mixed together. And it's exactly what you would think of as somebody's blue era. And those are valuable. Like those are just, it's so interesting to see the difference, but also the growth of him as an artist. And I think that's the most important part, is that you have different eras, you have different time periods and different seasons that you go through, and your art is always going to reflect that. And it's not a question, in my opinion at least, it's not a question of whether or not it's good or bad. It's just a question of what was going on through your life, like what was going on through the artist's life. It's going to give a glimpse into what's going on in the artist's thoughts, and that's always valuable. Like just to see other people's thoughts. And I say see other people's thoughts because you're, when you look at a painting, you're looking at somebody's thoughts. It was the painter's thoughts that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So I think you should keep them, Marcy.
I'm
Just
ready
to
to
like,
show my stuff.
yeah, go
Burning
ahead.
Monster here. Okay,
Let's
let me get
do
this
it.
to you. I don't know if you guys can see it.
There you are. Yes, there it is.
Back up
You did
just
a
a
lot
little.
of
Back up
them.
a little.
Back up, back up.
Back up and
Back
hold
up,
it still.
back up, and put it like in front of your face.
A
Yeah,
little further back.
it's kind of hard to.
They are
Maybe
in the
like
witness protection program.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing.
maybe put it
Uh,
next to your face, like put your face in the picture,
Oh
but
yeah, that's
then
a good idea. Let me try that.
we find the most success with that.
Here.
There we go. There we go. I see
oh,
what's
there you
going
go. That's
on.
good.
What did you use? Did you use your oil
What are you doing?
pastels?
Yeah, I
Back up.
did. There's me.
Man,
I don't know why it's not showing.
Back up.
I show the face, I guess. Oh, all right.
Okay.
Anyway,
there we go. There we go. We
No.
saw.
you get the idea.
No,
Good job. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yes,
Thank
excellent.
you, Hannah, once again. Thank you, Alexa.
Yeah,
Thanks
Of
everyone
course,
in this
thank
art
you.
tribe.
thank
And
you.
hippie chick, keep partying.
That's right.
All right,
Shout
well,
out to Hippie Chick. We love her. Bye.
I
Bye,
love you
party
guys. Have a
monster.
great night.
Bye.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Bye.
And I'm gonna take off as well. So thank you to you and everybody. And I hope
Yeah.
you have a wonderful night. Stay warm.
Have fun in ceramics class.
Thank you.
There's mine.
Very nice.
I think I'm done with mine. That was probably a little longer than I thought it
Those
was
are
going to be.
awesome,
Marianne,
Mary
great
Ann.
Thank
job.
you.
Love
That
them.
was
Love the
such fun.
texture.
Marianne, I love the texture too. I really love the one on the right over here too. Like
Oh,
her lips are just like on fire.
oh, thank you. This
She's
was,
about to go partying.
yep, this was so much fun. I'm
I
really
love
happy
it.
with them.
Good.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I want to show you what I made. I did a
Oh,
hook.
oh, that's so
Yay.
pretty. You made a rug. I've never
I made a
done that
rug.
before.
This was my first one, and it's really fun. I think
Wow.
you should try it. I'm fond of cardinals, so yeah, I
That's
worked on it, and I
gorgeous.
finally finished it. It's so.
Oh my gosh, how long did that take you?
Probably, well, I had surgery on my foot, so I started it. I didn't work on it straight. It was a like had I had done it maybe 2 month project, but I just
Oh,
finished
yeah.
it. So and
Wow.
it's easy to do. So it was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for showing us. It's
Oh,
so
you're welcome. Well,
cool.
thank you.
I
Thanks for
love
the
the
class. This was
expression
fun.
of the
Yeah.
cardinal. I just feel like the expression that he has is just
He's
lovely.
he's peaceful. It's
He
very
is. He
peaceful.
just I love the world he's living in.
Well, thank you. He's a
Aw,
happy cardinal.
I
Well,
love
thank you.
it.
Thanks for this
You're
too.
welcome.
This was a fun class, and I'm going to say
Okay.
goodnight because it's late in Connecticut.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. You have a
Okay.
good night,
You do the
Marianne.
same, everybody. Good night.
Yay.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
you.
sign off to this is my last one.
Oh, yay, Jane. There it is. See, I love like the colors and I love the blending. Just the texture too is really nice.
Thanks.
And her lip color. I like that lip color.
Very sassy.
I know, very sassy.
She needs earrings now.
There you go. Big old earrings at the bottom there. I love it.
Good
Thank you, Jane.
night, everyone.
Good night. Is there anyone else's artwork we haven't seen that wants to share? At least I think
Anna,
make sure. Yeah.
I got in trouble
There we
because I was trying to go over the lines with the black pastel because my marker was fading. So I got in a little trouble doing that.
No, I love that. That's such like a great texture. And actually, it's looking like this one here because I also thought that I was getting in trouble with mine too, just because it's so thick. But it makes such an interesting texture, and I really think it gives it more, what's the word, artistic feel.
Uh-huh. And then my hands were dirty and I was leaning on the, it's getting black all over the place.
Oh no, that's okay. I think it's gorgeous.
I started this one, but I didn't finish it.
Oh, I love
Play
her
with the hair.
nose.
Yes, they're great.
I know, I love her nose too.
This was really fun. I really like doing this.
Good. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Yeah,
Great.
this is one of those projects where like I think it's gonna go well, but it could not go well just because I've never done anything like it.
It did seem like it could not go well.
Yeah, see, just because like it's a portrait, so portraits are kind of scary.
Well, it's my
But
first pastel that I've ever done that I liked because I always throw away my
good,
pastels, but it's the first one I actually think I did okay. Pastel
good.
downfall.
Well, I'm still working on mine because you confused me with the but I could show you what I have so far.
Yeah, yeah. I know I always
Always
confuse you,
happy
Karen.
Always happy to Yeah, I'm not, you confused me with the crayon thing and then the watercolor.
Mm-hmm.
Crayon, it was regular crayon with the watercolor.
Well, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
The
Oh,
colors are actually more vibrant than what you could see. So I need to do the hair.
Yeah,
So
I love that though.
this one is more on the pink, purple, teal side.
Okay.
I think I use the pastel. And then I use the watercolor, like a square watercolor tool on the other side. I'm confused about, I was like, I think that's what she said, but or am
well,
I
you
supposed
do
to
it anyway.
some of those white spaces with the watercolor? I don't know.
Oh, I
And then
think,
for the watercolor, I used the same color, some of the colors from the other,
uh-huh.
just to be, just to use it as a watercolor. So I
Yeah.
shade in it.
I think you did really great. And I love the fact that like the where the marks overlap, it doesn't look like watercolor to me. It actually looks like more like pastel to me, which is interesting the way that works. But I love the way it looks when it overlaps.
Well, I use the watercolor, so I use the square brush. So it
Oh,
kind of works for the cubist,
okay.
like
Yes.
so that the lines are
Mm-hmm.
weird. The lines are
They're chunky lines.
chunky
Yeah.
lines. Yeah, and I have different depths to them.
Yeah, and it's honestly that's a good word for some of those lines in cubism because you're right, they're chunky, they're not delicate, that's for sure.
I'll do more. And I'm glad I actually, I do have some dice, but they're in my mahjong set that I can't play. So
Yeah,
three.
yeah,
You
we
agree?
have
Three. I went three, and then you rolled a three. I was like, okay, that works.
just go with it, yeah. I just think it's so funny because we have like a ton of dice, like anywhere from like the regular 1 through 6 dice to like 1 through 20 for the games that they play out there. And I meant to go grab one of them and I just completely forgot about it. But it's okay. That's okay. That's what paper is for. We got the papers. Um, I
Nice.
I really loved this class. You guys did a phenomenal job. You guys did an amazing job.
Hannah,
Um, uh-huh.
I would like you to guess how long you took.
Ooh, how long did I take?
Before we forget and move on, I did time you, and I'm very curious if you know how long it took.
Was it 5 minutes?
No, ma'am.
No? Was it less or more?
More.
Oh, it was more. Okay. Was it 10 minutes?
No, less.
Okay. So between 5 and 10. 7.
Yes, it is literally between 5 and 10.
Oh, 7 then?
You're almost there.
8.
You are so hot.
8.5.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. You were
Got
8
it.
minutes and 27 seconds, nearly
Okay.
28 seconds.
Okay. Next time we'll get 5 minutes.
We're gonna do
I'm
like
gonna.
the Picasso Olympics. We're
There
gonna
you
get this thing
go.
down.
I'm gonna do it. 5 minutes for the next one. Well, I would love for you guys to send in pictures of your work. That way I can show off on social media. I love doing that. So if you can, just kind of anytime you get a chance, send me a picture of your artwork. That way I can show off on social media. And honestly, I might actually start maybe sending Kiernan a few pictures. That way she can send them to the newsletter. So everybody else in
I think
AnCan can
that
see
would
it
be good.
if it's possible. Yeah. But I appreciate seeing you guys. I love seeing you guys. It always makes me feel better because I told you guys, like I've been feeling kind of sick off and on the last 3 weeks. But anytime I come to class, I instantly just feel so much better. So I love you guys. You guys are amazing.
We love you too, Hannah.
Yay.
You're
Yeah, I
very
hope you feel
important part.
better.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Were you going to say something, Elizabeth?
Oh, it's just I'm so happy I was able to join tonight. I always want to join, and then either I cog fog or something comes up, and so this is really fun.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Totally fine. I'm probably going to crash as soon as we're done.
It's great to see you too, Karen.
Yeah.
I was it earlier when you said hi. So
We'd love to visit you again sometime. That would be amazing.
fun.
I know we were healthier then.
That was only what, 2 years ago?
I was looking at those pictures actually today.
Mm.
Pictures, doing reels or something, and then different pictures pop up, and I was like, no.
Hannah and Louis and
Years
Elizabeth.
ago when I was going
They were
around.
in Elizabeth. They were in San Francisco at a conference.
Mhm.
I was on the other side of the water, so I sent them over on the ferry. But then I couldn't
Yeah.
find the ferry building, and they're like, "We're okay," and I'm like, "But I can't find the ferry building." So we had this outing. Like,
It was a thing.
wow, just to fall in step, to go, wow, it's the first time we met in person. And
But then we had some amazing food. What was it? Burmese food.
I know tomorrow I'm going to my doctor in Alameda. It was also my doctor's office is an Art Deco building. I was like, oh, let me show you
Ooh.
where I go to the doctor. It's like your MS compatriots are kind of.
I remember that. It was a fancy looking building. I would love, I keep saying this, but I would love to do a tour and just like visit all of you guys. I know Marcia, you're in San Diego,
Diego, yeah.
which I guess is not
I'm
that close. It's not
yeah,
close to San Francisco, but
no,
still.
because I'm at the very end of California. I'm on the
That's
I'm 5 miles to the border, 8 miles, depending on which border you go to, right?
wow.
Five
Wow, that's so close.
miles, yeah. So I'm really
It's almost in the Gulf of America.
The Gulf of Yes, I'm only three.
actually no, because that's like Texas area. You're closer to that, Hannah, than I am.
Yeah, yeah,
What
she was joking about it. The
give
Gulf
me
of
some
America.
tip?
Oh yeah, Karen.
Oh, nice.
I do love the colors.
Oh,
There we go.
wow.
Yeah, see, that's what completed it. That's what did it. Just like
What?
the sides, like the
Uh-huh.
sides and the top portion, adding those more goldeny brown colors.
So I don't have to do the mouth because I just tried the mouth and I didn't like it. And then or the eyes.
You don't have to, honestly, because I feel like you have a really good symmetry right now. Because like you've got the eyes and the lips, both all three of them don't have any color, and I feel like that's what makes it symmetrical. So if you're not feeling it, then don't do it.
Yeah, I mean I'll just do something else.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't think I could do it.
You did really good. I love it. I love like the lips too. Just the lips. There's something about they're whimsical. They're whimsical. I think
So
that's
it's
what I
funny,
like
the
it.
lips, because you said to start in the middle, but then
Uh-huh.
the program gives me lines because I couldn't do it.
Mm.
I got shaky, So I did the sort of that middle dip, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
then beneath it it was bigger, and I was like, well, I kind of like that. I don't have to do symmetry like Hana.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. You don't
Yeah,
have to.
Especially when it comes
Just
to Picasso. He's not always symmetrical, is he?
nope, not at all. Not
Yay.
at all. There are some works where I'm just like, I don't know if I could hang that in my on my wall. I don't know if I could do that.
This looks a lot better when I send you a screenshot because it's very vibrant.
I love it. That makes me so happy.
Ladies, I'm gonna say goodnight. I'm very tired tonight. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
it's every time I just look at the time, it's like my
Let's
body just it tells me, okay, you need to stop right now.
Okay, I have my Zoom lipstick on. Matches my outfit.
It's still early by us, right, Karen? It's still
Yeah.
early, but I'm gonna go to bed probably soon.
Oh, let me take a picture of Hana. Let me take a picture of your things because
Yeah. Which ones do you want? All of them? Or
sure, whatever.
can we can do this? We can
Yeah.
put all of them in there.
Wait, you're not quite there.
Well, I think I need more space. Hold on.
Well, I have your old ones, so like just okay,
Okay.
yeah, that one, and then I'll do them, and then I'll
Okay.
send it to whoever
Yeah.
wants. I put mine on there. I didn't
Oh.
think I could do it. I feel like I haven't made art in a while.
Well, it doesn't help that I keep canceling the MS Foundation class. But we will have MS like art class on this coming Monday.
Are you going to do the same Picasso-y kind of thing?
I don't know. I lost track because we keep I've canceled, and then we just didn't have class on certain days. So I have to look. I'm not sure what we're doing.
And you can change your mind. I have it on my calendar. I put it in there. There, I've got it. I'm
You got it?
motivated. I'm gonna
Good.
do more than this. I do feel confident in my colors.
Yeah, you are good at choosing your colors.
Did you oh, I don't want to show you. I know I sent you the pictures. I didn't really do the pointillism, but
Oh yeah.
I sent you, it wasn't, I was just playing around with it. And then when I came to choose colors, it was giving me that. I get confused because I don't know I don't know how I made it. I don't remember. I never remember that. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
I know I sent to Josie the pointillism. She goes, oh, they look like hydrangeas. Like I was just trying to get a handle on it. I don't have an extra tablet. I don't want to lose what I have. But I sent it to you, but you were sick. I sent it with the
I think I'm sure I saw it. I'm just not recalling it right now. There's a lot of emails where I just looked at it. And I haven't gotten back to people yet. But I'm sure I saw it. I just can't remember it right now.
But so even if I sometimes don't complete something, I've still got a lot out of it.
Well, good,
I'm
good.
always learning. I know, and then I always write you narrative. But I'm glad I do because if I didn't, I wouldn't remember what I was like. Oh, I was looking at this, and then I did that, and like, oh, is that how that came about? That's interesting, Karen. So,
I love the inner monologue you have. I do enjoy reading the emails you send me, even if I don't always
I know you.
reply. I do enjoy reading
It
them.
helps me because it helped me figure out how to do the let me grab it because it helped me figure out how to make that when I make a mistake.
Oh, uh-huh.
Can I grab it? Go grab. I'm gonna get
Yeah, grab what you need. Yeah.
Does anybody else want to share before we go too?
I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. I just want to say thank you guys.
Bye, Elizabeth.
Bye,
Bye,
Elizabeth.
Dia.
So good
Good
to
seeing
see
y'all.
you.
Bye. Y'all have a good night.
You too. You too.
Bye. She's so sweet.
There's
Oh,
Kim.
hey, there's Kim.
So I came in late because Andrea let me know about the class, and then Alexa was kind enough to send me the link because I couldn't do it on my cell phone. So I didn't know it was half sheet of paper, but the second one I did. Who does this look like?
Does it look like?
What does it look like?
Yeah. Karen might know.
Joker.
No.
Just
Karen's got
just
like
because the
no
green hair.
visual, recall about anything.
I see it. I wasn't planning on it, but I think David Bowie every time I look at this.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know if you
I
guys see it or
see
it's just me.
I see it now. Now that you pointed it out, I see it.
I
It's
cannot not see it
it's
now.
for me. It's the lips.
I missed David Bowie. I guess I wasn't in this country when that was.
Oh.
I know everybody's like, oh, David Bowie.
Well, since he was a really popular singer and
I mean, I know. So here's the pointillism thing that was just playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes,
But
I
it was
did. I do
just
remember.
playing because I sometimes my new tablet, it just like crapped out. So then I just let me just kind of play with the I was just playing and then I went, well, it came out kind of cool for not being a painting.
Yeah. No, honestly, this is gorgeous. That's right. I meant to email you back about
Because I
this
was doing
one.
stuff with my finger, and then when what I like about the new tablet is whenever I touch one of the pens, it gives me whatever the last pen was. So I was like, oh, there's that one. So even this wasn't even a project, and it was like that came out kind of cool for not being.
And you just went with it and you just had fun with it, right?
Yeah, and then when I was doing this one, I went, oh no, I had accidentally like did that. And then I went, oh no, I got all this white space. That's terrible. Yeah. And the color's actually better. So then the next day I was staring at it. That's why if I write to you, the next day I was staring at it, I was like, well, just cut it out. Just don't.
I don't really see what you thought was a mistake, though. I don't see it.
Well, what it was, see, I had all that white space on top because I accidentally.
Oh, on top. Okay.
And then I was like, oh no, it ruined. And the colors are actually really much better than in person. So then the next day I was staring at it,
vibrant.
myself, pretending to talk to you. And I just, what if I just take out some of the top so that it shows more of the painting thing.
I love that it's darker too at the top. I think. Yeah.
And then you taught me how I think on that side. I like how the green, like there's like little white lines in the green.
Oh yeah, I see them now. Yeah, it's so subtle, but I love
find
that
something
too.
that I like. That's
all. I really love like the top part though, like the part at the top where you go horizontally. There's something about the texture there. Yeah, like that part of the top. I just love that texture. I think it just reminds me of watercolor.
Well, it was whatever whatever you did. It is confusing because that there's so many options with the pens.
Yeah.
And how I remember them with. But I feel like that was a really good emulation of what you did.
Yeah, I agree, especially with the lines, like the small lines. I love it. I especially love your pointillism picture, though. That
And
one's
it
probably one of
wasn't
my
even like,
favorites.
I know it's funny because it's not even like a paint. I just got tired. I was like, oh, I'm not. I don't like the way the yellow came out on the bottom of it.
Oh,
Well,
really? I honestly,
but it's like me
that's
and Picasso. We're lockstep.
honestly though, like that's how you do it. That's how you make art. You just have fun with it and you experiment and you just go with the flow. That's how you do it. That's honestly that's how a lot of my favorite projects come to be. It's just because I'm not really I don't always think about it. Sometimes I do, but I don't always think about it. It just sort of happens. The art just happens, and it sounds like that's what you did
I'm
with that
feeling
pointillism.
more confident about
Hmm.
that,
Good.
especially the color things, because I like that I can do palettes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can build your own palettes.
So I have these palettes, and I'm noticing I sometimes just go back to like the previous palette.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why not? Isn't that what artists do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
And you and I know you take notice of like all the colors that I choose too. They tend to be very similar.
Well, I have no recall in my own head. Oh, I have a really good idea. It's like, I don't have a really good idea. But
All
I do think
right,
you have good ideas.
Hannah. I think we'll let
Yes.
our art friends go, including you. I know you need some dinner. Um, did I miss anyone? Did anyone want to share anything?
thank you, Alexa.
Of course.
Yes,
And
thank you.
do we have any announcements, Hannah?
I don't think so.
I think we do.
Do we?
It's about
I don't know
you.
the announcement. Do I?
Oh
What's
yeah. Like what? Solo art seal?
oh, yes,
Yeah.
Marcia. Oh my God. Yes, okay. So I will be interviewing doing my very first interview ever, Solo Arts Heal next week. So that's next Wednesday. And that's gonna be what 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. So for me, Central
Yes.
Time, it's like 9:30. But I'm gonna be interviewing somebody, his name is Jose Picayo, and he's a weaver. He
Hmm.
does weaving and he teaches weaving too, and that's actually one reason Rick Davis he put us together is because he teaches in hospitals. I teach in hospitals, so but his thing is weaving, and so what's going to happen is I'm going to interview him, so we're going to get to know him and his life, but then he's also going to give me a little weaving tutorial live. So you guys will get to watch me learn how to weave. I've always wanted to weave, and he's very knowledgeable about weaving and tapestry. So I'm kind of having to like pay attention to exactly what he's saying. So I think this will be really fun. This will be really interesting. You guys will again get to watch me weave for the very first time and learn about Jose and what he does in the hospital and how that's just sort of transformed him and his life living with cancer. So, yes, thank you
And
so much,
Hannah,
Alexa, for reminding
it
me.
will be interesting since you teach so many other people how to do something. We're going to get to watch you do it. So I think
Yeah,
everybody should
yeah.
come and everyone should support Hannah because I think it's going to be interesting. And
Yeah, I'm going to
Hannah,
be in the hot seat now.
remember, as we tell everybody, it's okay to make mistakes when you're learning now.
It
So that's
is.
my advice to
They're
you.
they're not mistakes though. They're just
They're happy
learning. Happy
accidents.
accidents, they're learning opportunities, they're opportunities to be patient. That's really all it
Oh, I
is.
don't like opportunities to learn how to be patient, but that's just me.
I know.
So thank you, Hannah. As always, you are incredible. And we will see you guys very, very soon. Thanks so much for coming. Good night, everyone.
Good night.